Last time we have just completed task 2 about how to do this searching and from where we can able to find the answer for this host and the difference between host name and that part. Correct. So I already started it again because we have today new session. So we will get a new IP and then we can open a new tab. So we'll continue from here with the third task. That is search and reporting an app overview. And there they have explained about search and reporting total app features. Like we already doing in the last time, how to search, how to filter, mainly the index keyword that we are uh, working there. We got this search head, time duration is there. Okay, so if you go to our this dashboard, we have this search and reporting section. And last time we were searching on this search header. This is the timeline that we have. There we have filter something. So when we click on the all time, we are getting the full data. So this is the present perspective. Maybe something that we have to search related to a specific timeline, like from this time to this time we have to do a real-time monitoring. We have this part, a range of date. We can also filter out it with a range of date. We can also filter with the timeline perspective and something custom that you require. So like this is the part is available. So mainly it is a time filtration perspective, how we want to filter the data. That thing. So moving further, search history. So if you click on the no time filter, above we have this search history. So this is the search history we have that we have got it. Now there is the data summary, like source, host, and that part that we are clicking. So here we can just reduce and data summary. So this is the option is available for the, already we have that data. Right now we have one host, one source, that is this log file that we have uploaded, and type is JSON format data. Okay, so that's the information we can filter out it in this search sub menu section there. So moving further, field search that I will showcase you further filtration part. So here the first question it is asked, in the search history, we have to find the 7th search query in the list. So if you go to search history and then we have to go to 7th option. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7th is the event by image code we have. Index we have to find from Windows log, where chart count by images, like filtration, something is activity which is performed by image part. So that is the answer we have got first. Now
event code, that's the answer for question 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Then in the left field panel, which source IP has recorded maximum event? It is filtering. So we have to do the filtering on that approach. Okay, so we have to go to the, we'll take this as a search event by image. So here we will click and then go to the add to search. It is not taking, so maybe we can copy and then we'll filter here. We'll go to search, and now it is asking some timeline that we have to select. If I select for all time, we got around a statistic. So recorded as maximum event. We'll click this event option. So these are the information we have got it using the same event, like by image. Now after that we have to filter it from 12,000. We have to filter for a source IP. So there is a one source IP that we have. Right now it is just giving a total count. So here we have to provide like what is the IP for that. Has recorded maximum event. Okay, so date event. Then we will able to filter out it depending on that part. So these are the options we have available, like security value, record name. So we have to filter for a specific number of count for a specific this IP address that we have. Or if you click on the hint, you will get look for source IP field. Okay. So here you can see we will get source IP addresses. So in source IP addresses, we have total 9 IP addresses, and in which, if you see, this is the one we have 172, and this one and this one. So the maximum event count, if you see, this IP we have, that is 347. So that is the answer that we have to provide. This answer 12.11, 172.90.12.11. So out of that count, 12,000 maximum that for a specific IP is this one. We also have two other IPs, but the count of event is less. So that's why the answer is 12.11 for the
Okay.
fourth answer. Yeah, ask question.
Yes, please, can you redo it from here? How you filter out the IP?
IP we have actually filter from this field called source address.
And also, how do we know that it's this specific IP address? Because we can see like 3 IP addresses. So how come it's this one that is the one that we supposed to use? How do you know?
It is asking that which source IP has recorded maximum event.
Oh, max. Okay.
So if here we can see the calculation, so the maximum event wise it is giving the detail. So 127 series is also IP, but this is a loopback address IP. That is a single system. So that we cannot able to count. This IP also can be possible, but this is IPv6, not IPv4. And when we comparing this and this, so the count is maximum is for this part. So according to that, I can finalize that this is the answer we have to give.
Exactly.
Okay, what I'm asking is, if they give you this IP, like if you have this IP, where will you just take us to the search bar and write the query that brought you to this place? I want to see the query that you put in that brought you to this place where you could filter and see this. Yeah.
So the first, it's really correlated to the first query. So the first question was to, we have to take us from search history, 7th query. That is chart count, or you can say event code by image. Okay, so that we already have put. So after that we have get the output, but in that we have around 12,000 event that we have. Okay, so one by one we cannot able to filter out it. So next part, the second question is asking for the maximum IP address. Again, it is a little bit difficult for me because I can use here a specific piping, and maybe not piping, so maybe I can use for the source address, something like that, depending on the filter part.
Yeah.
So that field name, even I also don't know that what are the field names it have. So on the left side panel, I will get this field. From there we can filter out it. So there it's given that look for the source IP or source address, something like that. So when I scrolling, I got the idea that source address is given. In that we got this access. We can directly click, or maybe I can click on this. So the data will be refresh, and this is how the query will modify. It will automatically modify like this. Address, and then the field name, source address for a specific IP, and then filter it by the chart count, that is the event count by image. So there we only get out of 12,000 event, it's filtered to 347 as a specific IP. And in each log, when we decode it, so we will get this source address as this IP. So this is how, even if we don't able to create a query, when we filtering out, it will automatically give the output of that query option. So that is also we can do the practice at that part. So this is the query that also you can use to modify or get, or if you already getting a field from here, that will be good to filter out it easily. So that's the main query that we have got. We just embedded this content. If I just copy and now let me filter it. So if I hit enter, we will get some information. Chart count by, I think, some specific, that filtration will be piping we have to use here. Yeah.
What is the main use for this piping?
So
piping, like how does it narrow the query?
So piping is used between the two commands actually. So what actually happened? Let's suppose the first command is that we are filtering from some certain file part where index equal to Windows log. So there we will get around, let's suppose, taking an example, In Windows log, we have got something 65, 540 events. So that is the output we will get. Now we have to filter out from that event. So next query, what will be? It will be like something in Windows logs. Then we are using piping, and then we will searching that chart count by uh, Windows process, or we can say we are looking for something Chrome extensions activity. Okay. So now Chrome activity is when we filter, maybe we will get the some little less, something like 40,000, something like that. So what actually happened? The first command output. Okay, this is the first command output. So first command output will become the second command input. First command output value. Okay, there will be some value that is 65,000 this much. Now this will become your second command that we have used piping. So piping, what actually doing, it is connecting to bridge. Now this will become, after piping, this will become an input for this second command, this part. So there actually we use this sign called piping. So now from 65,000, it will filter. Right now the table, let's suppose the log file that we are analyzing, in that log file, we have total like 1.1 million events are available. So after that, we have filtered to reduce this much. Now from there, we are reducing and doing filtration for this. And then for that, we have again reduced to 40,000, something like that. So this is how we are narrowing the searching skill, a skill to get the result faster. Okay, let's suppose if I can also chart count this thing from that part, but to search 40,000, it will search from this event instead of this. So it will take a little longer time to scan. So with piping, it will be easier that one condition is given. Now in that condition also, we have to find something narrow down. So like narrow down the areas like that part. So there we use this piping sign, or that straight line, you can also say. So that's how we can able to get this IP address. Okay, now after getting that this IP address, the second question it means the fifth question it is asking, how many events are written when we apply the time filter to the display, where the time is this one, means the date and the time is given from this to this. Okay, so now we have to do the filtering on timing. So let's go back, and then we will modify this timing part. So we have total right now 347 event is available, and the timing is something like this we have. So we have to filter out it with the time and date. So there we have to go. We'll take this timing part from here, date and time. Real time it is asking, no. So this is also no. From here we need to check it. Select age.
Beginning of
Where we can do custom timing, it is not giving. No? We can get with the relative time. So it is asking 4th, 5th, that is April 15, 2022. Date and time range will go then from here.
April. April.
Yeah. So we got 4th, 15 April, and the timing is 8:05. So 08, and then we go for 05. Okay, and then we'll apply. So now we didn't get any data output for this specific. Okay.
The timing was 05 to 06. 805 to 806.
Yeah, before, and then we'll take like between. Yeah, now it is good. So this is one. We'll go for 08, 05, and this will be 06. Apply. Okay, so here we are getting actually 2 event on this specific time period. 4/15, 2020. Yeah, that is correct. But how here we got the 134 as a how many events return when we filter time display way from this time to this time. Yeah. Even the time is also 805. Okay, I think we have to go 08. Or if I remove this IP address and then only we'll filter out it. Yeah, now we have got it actually the correct event count. So just I have removed that IP address condition and only use the timing part. So we got the correct answer. That is 134 as a total event. Okay, so that is the next answer for this part. How many events are happening? So the second condition we have removed and implementing simple timing event part. So this thing I have done in this section. Second last option, date and time range between. So here we have this time like since and before part also, or we can give specific condition that on this date. So why we use this concept? Let's suppose if you are monitoring some kind of events on a real time. Okay, but let's suppose some data is compromised or some malware is installed previously in the organization when you didn't have joined that organization, but you are monitoring the full infrastructure. And after joining, after a few days of your joining, you got idea that one of the computer in the organization has compromised by malware or some malicious activity or some cyber incident is happened. Okay. So at that time, we have to identify that something related to image that some person have downloaded from internet, and through that, the image, when it is open, it got injected some malware payload in that system. And after a few days later, the person got update that yeah, this activity is going on and some malware activity is going on in my system. So as a SOC analysis, you have to do the event verification that at what time and on which day or month the activities happen for that particular person. Correct. So that how we can able to identify or filter out it. Like that kind of case scenario, I'm just giving you idea that why we are filtering in this say approach to just give a hands-on approach on this different options that we use. Correct. So let's jump to the fourth task. So in the fourth task, we have to learn about the Splunk search processing language. That is also we call as a SPL. So the queries that we are modifying doing this query actually in a short we call as a Splunk search processing language. That how we are filtering out it. Like it's a technical term that is defined by this Splunk. Now there we use this kind of different operators to filter out it. Right now, if you see here, index equal to, that means exactly we require this keyword or that contain part. Okay, so that is called the equal to username with equal to value. So this operator is used to match value against that field only. Okay, now not equal to. So if I use this not equal to in this search scenario, I will get apart from 134 event everything. You can see not equal to. And if I hit enter, so you can see we didn't get anything related to that part. Everything is removed with not equal to sign. I think you all can able to see this small sign, okay, in the search bar. So I have used that part. Means from this particular perspective, this thing we need to filter out it. But if after filtering it out, if it is equal to, when I use exclamatory sign, so that is not, it's a not option. Again, I remove and hit enter, you will get that 134 events. Okay, that thing. Now here it is asking that show less than or less than equal to. So that traffic we can do in terms of some calculated value. And then same thing with the vice versa. Okay. So that are the things we're going to use one by one. There you can see. Now this is the one query they have given for the practice purpose. Like index of window, account name not equal to system. So if I just copy this query, go to our search bar and let's paste and let's see the detail. So firstly we'll go with equal to, that we require name of the system and hit enter. So we got around 74 as a events. Okay, by this keyword field value and account name. Now if you go here, so we have this account name option, you can see system. And apart from system, if we require, we can just use not equal to system. That means we are excluding event which is generated by a system. So apart from that, we are getting other users name like James is there. Okay, so if you click here, we got James value like this thing, vice versa. So sometime maybe we don't know about other event that is created by other key field value. Okay, so that's the approach that we can use it. So that is a filtration is given, and then we have a Boolean operator is available that you can use not, or and. That is also one part is there. So here you can see it's a combination of and means both the values will return true, and in or condition what happen, any one value should be returned true, another value should be false, and not what actually happen, ignore all the contain part for that. So let's do the experiment with that part. So if I using here not, and then you can filter out it with the account name. So I just copy again and paste here for James. So this means not system, so it will reflect James, not again not James. So let's see what kind of output it will provide. You can see we only get the condition for James. So first not, then second not, and then again third. So any one value I will do. If I just remove this thing and then again hit enter, so you got zero selection. So first was not, then again not will cancel and we will get the zero output. But here let's suppose if I use or condition, so any one value will be true. Let's see what kind of output we'll get. So we got this particular value. Even not is also a part of, we are getting same James value. But let's suppose both the values are true. Then let's see what happens. We will get as an addition value. So in addition, we'll get both the information, 74 plus 80. Because here, this is also true condition. This is also a true condition. Let's suppose if I just make this condition as a false, not, and then let's see. So we'll get this value true as a output, and this value is a negative part. So only one value we'll consider in our field. And then we have and, so it will include both the values, like return all the events in which A contain and as well as B. Here it's either, maybe one of them will get the condition value. So here if I use and, so I think it will be total output that we will get. Yeah, there you can see. And let's suppose both true condition is true, then you will get 0 value, because this is also filter out it, and after over that if we are able to showcase, then also it is giving a 0 value. So both the values will cancel out each other. But when it was in or, you can see it will adding both the data like this.
Yeah, but when you put the account name equals system, it should the query should bring out all the logs from the system. Why is it not bringing it out? It shows 0.
It's because we are using two conditions. So the first condition is this one, account name. We have to find information related to system, and then we are looking for the condition.
I'm in class when I'm done.
So when you're done with class, you can help me find it in the Nintendo screen.
Well, thank you. Lock the door. Close the door.
Oh, you did.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is the first condition we are looking for, that we need to find an event related to system, or we also need to find the query for the James. So when it is or, it is adding both the values. Let me showcase. If I just cut this condition, so we will get around 74 as a total event that generated by event. And if I just remove this system with James, so we'll get 18 as a part. And then I will add this particular content as a both. So anyway.
Yeah, so it should give you more.
Yeah, so
it should, I think I was thinking it would generate now the logs from the system and the logs from James.
Yes, if I hit enter.
Yeah, it generated too because he hasn't put enter yet. But and when we put and,
so it will cancel.
Same thing. Yeah. It's like it's cancel the two of them.
Two of them like this. So this is like the condition is look like this approach. Like this. So here any one condition will give the output, and here actually happen it is considering both the values. Okay,
Good question.
Yeah.
Can you go back to the Splunk, sir, please?
Yeah.
So what if you put account name equals James and let's say all account name equals system? Let's see what it gets.
All account name.
Yeah, account name equal the first account name equals James, and no, or take out the and you put all account name system.
Again, it will do.
Is it not
Is
the
it is it
same?
is it going to bring out the system or the because
Only James.
okay, it's going to bring out the same. Okay,
Because we have used or, so any one of the value will it will reflect. But if I put here and,
takes out everything.
so it will take out and cancel out it. But in any one condition, if I just making it not, so that means it will give the opposite value. So first gem plus gem will become a true value, and then we will get the data for gems. Or if I putting a system and this is not, so it's like a vice versa. So now we
Okay,
get the 70.
that means you're excluding out James.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the, it's not that much good with this system name. Mainly these AND operators and OR operators will good work in terms of some numerical values. That will be more better to get a output value. So now we have this wildcard that I already, I think, get you last time also at the starting. That let's suppose we don't know the full name or we don't know the proper part. So why not we can use wildcard symbol to get all the details. Like here, if you go with the equal to James, so we are getting total 18 as an event value. But let's suppose I don't know the full name, so I can use GA and then use this star value, that is a wildcard value, and hit enter. So still it will give the more result because the remaining part it is covering as a same. Okay, so it is completing that further value actually. So let's suppose here we can see we are filtering by the destination IP. So maybe we can take here as a instead of uh, destination IP, we can go with the source model or source IP address. So let me filter out it again with the Windows log. So we are total having this particular value, and also I will filter out it the time to all time. So we will get total 12,000 event, and yeah, let me enter. Still it is giving same. I'll go here. We can click on this. Yeah, I think now okay. So now we have total 12,000 event. Now we can go to the, let's suppose we go with the source address. Okay, so in source address we have this key value. Okay, let's filter out it. So we'll get around 347. But let's suppose you don't know about the full IP address. So you can just remove and just point here as a star. Only you know the starting 2 point value of IP address. Even then also it will cover and it will give 34. Let's suppose then we'll use this thing. It will cover more than 347 because the remaining 2 IP, if you remember, that is also included. So that you can see here, source IP address 3. Maximum, then 38 and 39 also it is covered. So that's called the wildcard entry. Let's suppose you may be not remembering the exact value. So you can just use this star. It will complete that further sentence, further keyword for filtering. So this is like a very good option we have mainly. Okay, so here it is asking how many events are written when searching for event ID 1 and user as Jim. Okay, so event ID 1. Okay, let's create a query for this. So firstly we'll take account name equal to James and hit enter. We got total 79 part, and how it will be filtered by event ID. Okay, here we have event ID, this thing. So we'll take this key value. So like something we have got event ID, account name. So this is total 79. What now further it is asking user as James. How many events are written? Okay, we have to think like what other condition it is put. Okay, so that we can get the total 4 value. We don't know.
Maybe the sign ein and A and D.
And
Maybe we should put it.
here, so maybe not and, or if I use or happen, there also. So it is ask. Yeah, it is ask. Oh, I have to use event ID and the user.
1.
Yeah, so we have to cut this thing. Control X.
Event ID.
Then we can put here. And then and I think with event ID 1 we have to I think.
1. Yeah. How are you, mommy? How was school today?
But we just from the previous query, we just say and is going to cancel everything. So if you still put the and, it's still going to cancel it, or am I missing out something?
No, that is correct. If I use on, we got 25. And if you go with this, we got 79. Okay, so 25, 79. Now, how many events are written when searching for event ID 1 and user as Jim? Okay, so I think that is correct. Instead of this account name, we have to use user.
User.
Can you put the can you put the star sign or is it the hash sign?
Okay, so we'll use here user. And let's suppose even if I use Jim and hit enter.
0.
Event ID 1 and user is James. Yeah, so this is, it will be equal to, let's suppose this thing be neglected. Okay, so I think by user is not a some. Yeah, oh, this is how I think we have to use. And then we can put this thing enter. Okay, so we got one event. Let me equal to. Yeah, so this is the way we have to do actually. So this is the actual full name of your user is instead of using the account name. So then only we got the exact answer, that is 4.
So, but how do we know that we have to use this cyber?
Yes. Thank you, Gideon.
Yeah. So what I have done, because I also don't know the exact part. So while typing at the time of this, like this, so it is giving a matching term relation here. So I was just using user, and then I got the idea that we have to use this one. Like this, it will automatically give some matching term part. That thing we can use. Apart from that, let's suppose this is also not work. So here you will get this option like selected field. So in this selected field, we will able to go. Let's suppose if I remove this user equal to star and hit enter for event. So we got around 25 as a total. Okay, now the condition is it asking we have to search for gems related. So here you can see in the user we have 4 options. So from here also we can filter out it for gems. Or let's suppose we have to go for Alberto. So we can click. Now the query will automatically update like this. This is automatically updated by automatic search field, and our custom is that one. So even that also we are getting the value. So
why did they give you why did they give you something? Why did they give you something like this without a hinge? Without a hinge, how do you go about the query?
Then without a hint, it depends on you that what kind of information you want to fetch. Actually, let's suppose in a real organization, what happened, you have to want some information related to a specific IP address. So now, if we are filtering some content from IP address, that will be 2 case scenario. That they will be asking some incident is happened in a local environment system, or that is your destination IP address. Okay, so we can filter out it according to the destination IP. Now, in some log file, the destination IP log name will be something like field that we field. So field can be like like destination IP or maybe destination IP address or destination addresses. So that field name we can filter out it from here. Exactly.
Mm.
Okay,
So you're
and then,
saying,
yeah.
quick question. So from what I have seen you done, if we have just used the field, it was going to be much more easier for us because the field actually cited the cyber test James. So I think if you're trying to say that if we use the field to do our queries, to search for our queries, it's going to be much more easier.
Yeah, because
Okay.
this log file, when we are decoded by Splunk, sometimes the log files have different kind of output parameter. Exactly, if you say in a JSON format, what actually happen, it is a key and the value we will get. Okay,
So
now,
anytime you're going to write a query, would it always come with these suggestions?
yeah, this will become as a suggestion part with the matching keyword or term. That's the analytics Splunk is providing us. But let's suppose it is not coming. So we have
Yes.
this field option is available. That will help you a lot. You can click in the all field also. You will get the full list like what you want to extract from that JSON file. So here like
Yeah.
we have extracted from top 4. Maybe I can use account name and I can also add domain. After that I can go to the save button. So here you will get like extracting value or filter out it. So that customization you can do. So it's up to you that from which specific field you want to take. So now you can see we have before it was 4. Now we have updated with the 6 different selected field.
Can you close the door, please?
Okay, so that's how. Even if you can click on the format visualization, no, that is part of visualization.
Pick up,
But
leave the door.
and let's suppose we have to exclude some specific field, so you can click on the hide and then a part you can do.
Okay.
So mainly while creating your custom query, this field help you a lot actually, because this is filtered from the Splunk, and it is like this is the field value and this is the key value. So this is the field value. Now this for this case scenario, it is a part. This let's suppose we are capturing log from the Mac operating system. So maybe the integrity level will become like integrity instead of full level. Maybe we have L, V, and L. Double E was being excluded from that name. Or here we have login ID. So maybe it can become like login address or login ID with a capital D. Okay, here we have message. Maybe it can become MSG as a short form. So that capturing method will differ from different platform to platform. So this key field value will help a lot while creating and customizing our query part. Okay, so this is the part we have got it. Now the second question is that how many events are observed with destination IP is this and the destination port is this. Okay, so we have to filter destination IP, and that means a destination field we have to search for. So out of 12,000, let's go and search for destination IP.
Okay, I want to ask a question. Since for the users we have James, we have Alberto, we have the others. Can we do a query for maybe not James but one of the other users?
Here we can go with the Alberto as a user.
Oh, it's already suggested. Okay.
Yeah. So here now after that, so we get around 24 event, and if you use include here like and event ID. So here you can see we are getting some filtration matching terms like this. So if you go with one as a previous part and hit enter, so we got total 7.
7. Right.
Yeah. So the previous question that it is asking about the destination IP. So here it is showing destination IP. That means maybe destination address or something like that we have to use. So we got like this is the destination IP. Now which IP it is looking for? 18.39.6. So here we have 18.39.6. This is the one. Then we have to use AND operator. Then it is asking destination port 135. So did anybody knows what is 135 port number we use for? The port number. Okay. So
135.
yeah, like 80 port number we use for HTTP protocol. That is the site part. So
You can search 130 what?
Is it
one-
SMTP?
135.
SMTP?
SMTP is used on 25 port number. That is
Right.
simple mail transfer protocol.
It's a RPC.
Mhm.
RPC. Remote procedure call.
Yeah, so it is a Windows system procedure protocol that we use in the backend to share information from one Windows system to another system. It's called the RPC. Full form is a remote procedure call.
Damn, how do you know that?
Like it's a part
Oh
of
my god.
networking.
Ah,
So mainly 135, 139, 137, and then we have 445. That is a NetBIOS protocol in Windows that we use to give the interaction between Windows system to Windows system for exchange data, exchange information. And through that, we can also get the access of RDP connection. So RDP is something like maybe if you heard about AnyDesk or TeamViewer kind of tool that will give you the remote access control. Okay, so Windows have its own default RDP connection, that is a remote desktop connection. So this is a proprietary tool that Microsoft has built in Windows operating system. But in Windows 7, what actually happened? This 445 port number was open. Like that is a bug. It's a default port is open, and Microsoft has doesn't disable it as a default. So whenever some person buy a new laptop with Windows 7, it's a story about Windows 7. So 445 and this 135 ports are open. So hacker, what they have done, they have created a malware and they are sending the data from that particular specific port number, performing buffer overflow attack. It's a part of memory overflow, like the storage part. And through that, they will sharing the ransomware. It's a kind of malware, and you can search about something attack called WannaCry. So what actually happened with this port number is open. I can perform an attack, and we can get the full remote access of that machine. So that is a ransomware that one hacker group sending in a public environment. WannaCry. Why it is not opening? And the exploit is called the Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue exploit. So this is related to Windows 7. It also affected Windows 10, but not that much extent. But maximum it is done for the Windows 7. So that is how the thing is work, because I do more about the hacking perspective and pen testing part. That's why. What is happened? The Google is not opening. Okay, I will share the a little bit. You can just search about the WannaCry on Wikipedia or internet. You will get the more insight why these port numbers are, if it is open, what kind of things we can do in that case scenario, or Eternal Blue. Like I will share in the chat later. You can do little bit research, because these are the things you have to be aware about it. As at the time of analyzing, if any kind of file modification, file deletion is happened, so you have to identify from which location of operating system the file was modified or deleted. Then only you can rectify that this is a false positive alert we have got, or it's something is critical we have got. So we have to inform to the higher management to resolve or to mitigate that kind of activity. Okay, so as a SOC analysis, that is a one part of job that we have to do in a real-time monitoring perspective. So in this case scenario, the second condition is the destination port we have to search for. So we'll go with the destination, and if I say port, so here you can see. So in Windows environment, 445, 135 is like common. 443 we use for HTTPS, that is HTTP over SSL certificate, to provide you secure connection, this website access. So if you see this lock connection, that means it is running on HTTPS and the certificate is a secure one. Okay, now here you can see it is not a self sign. It is also running on HTTPS, but it is giving this red color. That means it is not a public certificate. It is a self signed certificate of Splunk, as it is running in a local system. Okay, so this kind of filtration, of course, you all have to do a little bit more study in terms of networking, network protocols. But yeah, the more you're gonna learn, the more you're gonna understand new things. So we'll hit enter for 135 port, and we got exit 4 as output. Okay, so this is the content of that particular file. You can see 135 event ID, IP address, any activities related to network. So we have got that part. This is how we get it. And this is the answer we have. Now, the next question it is asking, what is the source IP with the highest count returned with this query? So we'll just copy this query as it is, and we'll filter out it. So we got around 90. Now it is asking for the highest count return for this IP address. Like apart from this IP, what is the source IP? So we have to go with the source is this one. Source type, no. So we have to go with the source related source
Source
IP. So here we have two IP. So in the event count, maximum is for the 12.11. It's like a simple. We can also filter out like this way. We got this little modification. One more IP is added over to this, and yeah, that's a quite simpler. Like this is a similar kind of question. It is asking about task also, so it's easy to find out. Now in the index window, search for all the event contain the term called cyber. Okay, so it is like we will not get any kind of event related to cyber, because if you see here, if I just search for the event keyword, so this is the event we have. Now event, what kind of event we want to search? Okay, we got like total 76 event. If you click on with cyber, let's exit keyword if we take in the inverted comma, so we will get 0 actually, because by number I think it is calculating in Windows right now. Or if I just use normal event, so we got like these are the terms. It is like a straightforward approach. And then it is asking like now search for the term cyber hash. So it is mainly looking for this keyword, the host that we have now. You have used this part, cyber host. So if we are just using cyber and then star, I think now it will take
star.
Okay, I think then we are using different event count, event ID. If you go with the event, or simply if I just search for cyber star, so we got like 12,256. If I just remove this thing and hit enter, okay, so we don't have to provide any field name actually. It's a pretty straightforward. So this is also like similar one, that part. Okay, so this is the main part of stuff we have got it. Now till here, anybody, any question, query, or any point?
Thank you. Since we started this class, this is the only place that I kind of understand a little bit what we are doing. Thank you.
Okay, so you all can practice till here, and if you got time, you can also continue with different task also. Else, I will just again, I will continue from task 5. But before that, if you want to explore, you can also do experiment with different field, that filtration field. Okay, these are the different fields are available. So we have event timing related, event receive time. So here you will get multiple condition like a specific time with the different date. So it's up to you. You want to take any condition, filter out it, and just see how the output we are getting. Okay, so it's more on to do practice and enhance your querying skill. Maybe sometime we cannot able to create a full query, but with the help of the field we can able to filter out it. It's required a little logic part, that what we have to use it as of now, because the queries will get more complicated when we are filtering for something, website hacking related logs, some malware related download file. So there actually we have to do the filtration on this content part. Right now the filtration is going on this interesting fields that we are using, but when it is becoming advanced level, then we have to filter from this contain part actually, value, and there we have to provide condition. So then the different filtration we have to use. Right now we are using a simple step by step we will go further. Okay, so
Thank you.
You all can take time, do practice, and then we will continue from here only. I will share the recording for this class also.